Buffalo Bills bolstering their offensive line with La'el Collins, who actually started his NFL career playing a left guard. Will he come in here to compete at the left guard spot with David Edwards? We all know that we're taking Connor McGovern, who we signed, and putting him in at center. So it really opens a hole at that left guard spot. Now, La'el Collins is definitely a solid piece, and another crucial element to this is that he was on the Cincinnati Bengals really in 2022, ended up getting hurt, was there all in the offseason, and they ended up releasing him in early September of 2023. Why this is important, we have to go back to Connor McGovern and what he did for the Buffalo Bills going against his former team in the Dallas Cowboys during the 2023 season. What I'm trying to say here is that La'el Collins definitely has some insight to the Cincinnati Bengals offense. And we all know every time we play Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow just sits pretty in that pocket and we just cannot get to him. So I believe with the Buffalo Bills, seeing what Connor McGovern presented to us last year and how that ultimately helped us against the Dallas Cowboys, I think La'el Collins is not only going to come here to be a crucial depth piece to Dion Dawkins, to be a depth piece to Spencer Brown, potentially compete at that left guard spot for the Buffalo Bills. I think it was like 11 games he started at left guard when he entered the NFL for the Dallas Cowboys all the way back in 2015. And let's not forget, the Dallas Cowboys had one of the best offensive lines for a very, very long time. And I'm really thinking that La'el Collins could very well come in, compete at that left guard spot, or just be a depth piece for the Buffalo Bills at right tackle, at left tackle, kind of similar to what we did with Ty Nsekhe when he was here, an older veteran at that point. But say if Dion Dawkins went down or Spencer Brown or right guard went down, Ty Nsekhe was, or a right tackle was there, Ty Nsekhe would come in, be that swing tackle for the Buffalo Bills. So I'm really thinking that is going to be it for La'el Collins, and pairing up with Aaron Kromer, who I believe is one of the best, if not the best, offensive line coach in the NFL. This is absolutely huge for the Buffalo Bills. And yes, I know everyone's still upset about Stefon Diggs, about the trade of Stefon Diggs, and really just kind of looking at it further, I mean, who's to say the Buffalo Bills don't use the second-round pick that we got for Stefon Diggs and use that to trade up in this year's NFL draft to get the wide receiver that we ultimately want and feel would fit for Bills Mafia? Also, really understanding this, the Buffalo Bills really need to have a solid offensive line. And if Josh Allen can get and stay in that pocket, a little bit longer, it's going to create more time for our wide receivers to create space. Stefon Diggs is definitely great at creating early separation, creating space, especially when he's not double covered. But, I think the Buffalo Bills having a better offensive line than what we had last year in 2023 is definitely going to help out Josh Allen in 2024. Plus, we have kind of transitioned on this team with a Joe Brady-led offense, and we've really started to run the ball more. You really look at what the changes were between Ken Dorsey and Joe Brady. I think Joe Brady definitely had a much more balanced offense, and we started to be almost like a run-first team with James Cook. Obviously, O'Cyrus Torrence, a rookie last year, no longer a rookie anymore. Definitely a better version of O'Cyrus Torrence is coming in 2024. Spencer Brown entering the 2023 season with a lot of question marks, not really necessarily knowing how he was going to perform after multiple back injuries, but he balled out last year, and I think we found our solidified right tackle, Spencer Brown. And then you look at what La'el Collins is bringing, a crucial depth piece at the tackle spot, something that we really didn't have last year. We had depth at the guard spot with Connor McGovern, with David Edwards, and I think having O'Cyrus Torrence there too, and all sorts of guys, Ryan Bates, right? We had so much depth at that guard spot. So I'm really loving what the Buffalo Bills did here with La'el Collins. He's a crucial piece. He's going to offer insights to the Cincinnati Bengals. He's going to offer insights even going back to the Dallas Cowboys. And I believe he did play with Connor McGovern. I think their careers kind of, they definitely spent some years playing together with the Dallas Cowboys. So Maybe it is. Maybe we see Deion Dawkins, La'el Collins, Connor McGovern, Osiris Torrance, and Spencer Brown as the front five for the Buffalo Bills during the 2024 season. And knowing that we are a run-first team, bolstering this offensive line and the run blocking, pass blocking, it just makes all the sense in the world because number one, it's going to allow Josh Allen more time in the pocket. It's going to allow our wide receivers more time to create space, even without Stephon Diggs. Maybe they're not as good as Stephon Diggs, but because of a better offensive line, it's going to allow these wide receivers more time to create space. It's going to give Josh Allen a lot more time in the pocket to read, to diagnose defenses, to just make surefire throws, consistent throws. It should increase his completion percentage. And then it's also going to help this Buffalo Bills team continue running the football. And we all know if we establish the run, if we could run it with James Cook, if we could run it with Ty Johnson and establish the run, it's going to open up play action. And what does play action do? It gives our wide receivers more time to create space. It gets defenders out of position because they're reacting to the run, the threat of the run, especially if we are successful running it. So it's even going to help Josh Allen and this Buffalo Bills offense even more. We don't necessarily need a dynamic wide receiver like Stephon Diggs. A lot of people claiming he's not a true number one wide receiver anymore, but I really think we have transitioned away from the need of that, and having a rookie wide receiver come in here to mix in with Curtis Samuel, to mix in with Khalil Shakir, Dalton Kincaid, even Dawson Knox. I think this is really, really big. And let's not forget Justin Shorter on this team. A lot of people saying that we should draft 3 wide receivers. I'm somewhat debating even 2 wide receivers because of Justin Shorter. And I think 3 is just completely out of the question here. Justin Shorter can not only contribute on offense, 6'4", 230-pound wide receiver who's extremely fast for that height and weight. Plus, he can contribute on special teams. He played special teams in college. So I think if the Bills do decide to bring in multiple wide receivers, obviously, maybe we don't take one in the first round. Maybe we take them a little bit later. But, especially like a 5th-round wide receiver or something like that, 4th-round wide receiver, I think we're going to have to find a wide receiver that can contribute on special teams. So I really am loving this. I love the move by La'el Collins and coming here to Buffalo Bills and Brandon Beane. I think this definitely makes a lot of sense. Plus, we could address and supplement the loss of Diggs with the wide receiver in this year's NFL draft. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe for future content. That's going to signal to me to keep making videos just like this. Also, comment down below your thoughts about La'el Collins coming to Buffalo, how much of a help you think this will be. Check the links in the description. You guys could get $50 off Course Careers. They're offering you a direct path to getting hired fully remote in tech, whether it's software development, IT, sales, anything you guys want. And they have free introduction courses too. But I appreciate you. Hit like and subscribe, and go Bills.